Back into the Timken Center in the Pioneer postgame, where the Pioneers get a 71-67 win. Nine lead changes, 5 ties. The last at 67-67 on an and one by Nunez. But the Pioneers, who didn't hit free throws through the game consistently enough, hit the last 4 of the contest as the Pioneers get this win, a much-needed win for a road-weary, flight-weary Pioneer basketball team. Joined by Pioneer coach JT Burton. I said that through the game, but boy, in the first half we kind of were, sleepwalking a little bit. I think somewhat. We're throwing it all over the gym. I saw that last night with the women. We had 15 first half turnovers for the women last night. They only averaged 14 a game. You only averaged 12, and it was odd. They did have steals, and it's almost like they would just walk up to us and just take it from our breadbasket. And the 22 points they scored off those turnovers definitely made this a really tight game.
Yeah, I knew coming out. We got talking about it. The staff was like, these guys going to be sluggish, but nobody cares. I said, guys, nobody cares. They actually, some people, if I was them, I'd be upset that you got to go play in the Christmas tournament. The coach knows, but I thought we did a really good job of keeping the poise. We turned the ball over, but we did a really good job of getting back and getting some stops as well. And we call it three stops and goes, 1 gap. So we did that as well, and that's why we were able to stay.
You've already chronicled how this team won the basketball game, and it was shot selection. I felt like that was key, and then making the free throws down the stretch.
Yes, shot selection was huge because you go back. You'll look at our first 4 games, we was playing really well. Shot selection was really good. Plus, we was making threes. Down this stretch, the last 4 games, the last 5, I think we were like 40 of 100. Last 4 games we were 22 of 104.
Yeah. So
it's like right at 20%.
Yeah.
And we made a huge emphasis on driving the ball, playing inside out. And they did a really good job. We only take 12 threes. And our keys is on the inside, driving the ball. Connor Jordan, you look at him, he's really good at getting to that mid-range jump shot. He did a really good job. So you got a Noddy who didn't play well tonight. Freshman Kyle kind of stepped up along with Josh. You talk about making free throws. He was 4 for 6 coming down the stretch. He made 2 big ones right down the road.
It was huge. I think that turned the game for me because I felt that sigh of relief. This is a team that had 18 3-pointers on Monday night in a rout of North Greenville. And against a zone, we give up threes. Yes. You just got to recognize who the hot guy is. Graham was hot and Laird was hot, and you took them away down the stretch. They hit 9 for the game, but that's not actually bad when you play zone. Your zone was, to me, the best it's been this year, just to me.
Well, we've been playing really well. Even the game against West Virginia State that we lost, we played the zone really well. We stayed expect shots. Just like them, as long as they're contested, a lot of their shots come with off second chance points too. Yeah. And I told the guys, you got to get those rebounds because second chance points always go in.
Yeah.
And we did a really good job of contesting those shots. And that's one thing, even though our Smurfs, meaning Connor Jordan and KJ Crump, those dudes do a really good job of understanding how to contest. A difference between a late contest and a heavy contested shot.
Nadi, you talked about it already, but let's chronicle a couple of guys here. One, I'm going to start with Kyle Brown because I felt like, maybe the last couple of games he's kind of been lost in the whirlwind. He's just somewhat, maybe it's a lot to take in, for a youngster coming into it. But if we didn't have him tonight, I'm not sure because he really solidified that paint.
He did a really good job. Cal, he can score the ball. But you look, he had 7 points and 6 rebounds on the road as a freshman.
Yeah.
And that's huge. You only played, but 3 or 4 conference games, and he comes on the road to do that. That's huge for a freshman. I thought he did a good job, especially coming down the stretch and defending and blocking out and going to get those rebounds at 2 for 2 games.
There is no moment too big for Connor Jordan. I can promise you that. I've seen it way too much in my career how he plays. And you come out that second half on a 12-1 run. You didn't miss a shot. You were 11 for 11. Then you went through a stretch where you turned it over 4 straight possessions. But he scores a career best 22 tonight, and he's been coming. We've seen this for a while. We've seen it for a long time. It's just you're so deep that you can share so many minutes, and he was special tonight.
One of the things we have going back, and I have to look at myself in the mirror because if this young kid, I went to him, asked him, would he come off the bench? That kid looked at me and was like, yes, I don't mind. And when we had those 4 turnovers, guess he was on the bench. Yeah. He was. So Connor is like the glue, and he enjoys it. Like when you talk to him, like he sets up on the chair, and it's like it's a good feeling for all of us. I think for the show, kind of refreshing because this kid right here, I could tell you the story behind it, man. I didn't know who he was. He wanted to walk on. I didn't like that. Man, it's just a normal walk on, you know. But that kid right there is a God. Again, it's a blessing, man. And he came out tonight, especially on the road, and showed it.
Listen, he's a winner.
Yes.
Period. He's a flat out winner. And Josh Scott. You know, I'd be remiss if I didn't say, you know, he was key. Rebounding, free throws, but man, he had a couple of assists that were just threading the needle. Connor Jordan finished one and Nadi Legis finished another, and they were special.
Yeah, I mean, out of bounds play kind of made me look like I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with that. I mean, they just played off each other. That was when Josh hit a Nadi on the backboard, hit the reverse layup. And when you got that type of chemistry going between them two, they've been here for a while. They've been together for a while. They're Florida guys, and they know what to do. Josh has been really huge. I mean, I'm gonna tell you that somebody who played well, that he didn't shoot the ball exceptionally well. He hit a couple threes, and that's Jalen Crowder.
Yeah, good shots.
Yeah, he took good shots. He maybe took a questionable one that first time, but you know, I always ask him, how do you impact the game when you're not scoring? And he got that end run down there, but he made an unbelievable play. And it's something that don't go seen in our zone where 22 was wide open in the corner and he bumped with his hands up and couldn't get him the ball. And that's the little things like that we call winning plays when we watch the film.
I was going to introduce myself to you. I haven't seen you, in a while. I'm glad you guys made it back safely. What do you do tomorrow? Do you sleep? I mean, you got a Saturday game.
Now that we won, I'm gonna tell you last 48 hours. We had to sit on the plane for an hour and leaving the VI. Sat on the runway. We get there in Atlanta. It's pouring down rain.
Yeah. 2
separate flights. So me and Jack and 2 other players was on one flight. All the rest of us on the other. We're in Atlanta, Georgia. We're 4.5 hours away.
Yeah.
We was couldn't find any rooms, so we had to drive back. The guys get in at 2:30. By the time we get luggage, it was 3:10. We drove back all night long, home, no sleep. The other crew missed their flight because they had the same situation flying out of Charlotte, so I had to get back the following day. Last night we got in practice, and we had a full-blown practice, and it's it's like I told these guys, when we do the 6 a.m. Brian, a lot of people, it's popular across, everybody talks about it. This is why we do it, because on the days you don't feel like playing, you're tired, it's just mental toughness. They think I do it for punishment. No, it's for row win like this, especially if you look at a kid like Cal Brown when he comes in and plays the
A special win. Good stuff.
Thank you, man. Got to go back home. We get to come back Saturday.
Yeah, go Saturday at home. Saturday at home.
Yes, everybody out there, come see us play.
Saturday. Tusculum wins today against Limestone. Tusculum 71, Limestone 67. He's Pioneer coach JT Burton. Back with final thoughts and numbers after this as you listen to Pioneer Basketball here on the Pioneer Sports Network.